Beat Everyone is proud to be supported by Andrews Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center, home to the Alabama Crimson Tide team doctors and a global leader in sports medicine, research, and injury prevention. AJ McCarron is returning to the United Football League. He was just named the head coach of the Birmingham Stallions ahead of the 2026 season. Awesome. I'm Ben Flanagan with AL.com. Welcome to Beat Everyone. We got a special episode, a bonus episode here. We couldn't not do this. He's a former All-American, a three-time national champion, SEC champion, All-SEC Heisman finalist. I mean, I could keep going here. Several years in the NFL, quarterback for the St. Louis Battlehawks, now a head coach of the Birmingham Stallions. AJ McCarron, welcome and congratulations.
Oh, I appreciate it, Ben. I appreciate you having me on the show.
Well, I mean, this is big news for you, obviously, a new chapter, and it makes a lot of sense for anybody who watched your career. But you said in a statement that the game of football has given you so much as a player, right? And now you're ready to give back as a coach. AJ, you could probably do a lot professionally right now. You're a young man, but I'm sure you have options. But why is now the right time to coach?
Yeah, it's a great question. You know, I've been asked to interview and be a head coach for multiple high schools and even OCs from a college standpoint. And I spent a lot of all seasons, whether it's dealing with high school staffs or college staffs or you're talking ball with even NFL pro staffs. I think having this opportunity to not only it be in the springtime, but I could also stick around and be there for my three boys and my family means a lot to me. And then knowing what this league's about and being able to not only be a player's coach and have experience on the playing side, but also be able to lead these guys in the right direction and kind of talk to them from a different side of things to where, listen, when a coach is talking to you, it's almost like you as a parent to where it's like, I'm tired of hearing from coach. Like, I don't really know him as a player. And when I've played with these guys in this league before, a ton of them I know, it's going to come from a different angle. And I think the fact that I can say, hey, listen, I've been in your shoes, or I've made it there, and then I had to come back here, and then I got to finish my career off back in the NFL and played 9 long years in the NFL. So I think having that experience for these guys and to really show them the work ethic it takes to not only get there but sustain it is something that I can really bring to the table for the guys in this league.
Sustainability, obviously huge in coaching and football regardless, but the Stallions already have a winning legacy, right? Like you mentioned, following their former coach, Skip Holtz. That's something that you obviously share. You won a lot of games in your career. You know what it takes. You've been around other players. You are one of those players, but other coaches and organizations that win. And you want to continue to do the same for the city of Birmingham, as you said. What can you share about your philosophy, whether it's as a player, now a coach, or really just a competitor as you try to translate it into a winning culture?
Yeah, listen, Rapoli, the new owner of this league, I mean, he's a businessman, and we got to get people in the seats. We need our fan base and our fan base to even grow even more throughout the state, to where we're having more people in the stands, more people in the seats, to where this league stays in Birmingham. But my view for this team is first building a great staff, which I'm in the process of doing, been doing all day, actually all week, but is creating a team that has a grit and intensity about them that nobody wants to match or play for 60 minutes. And that starts at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. Well, we got to find O linemen that are nasty and D linemen that are nasty and willing to play, with a chip on their shoulder within the whistle and play it the right way, but just absolutely wear teams down. And then we got to go from there and expand and find a QB and find playmakers throughout the rest of the team. But everything starts up front in this league. When you see good teams in this league, it starts with teams that have a good O line and a good D line, and that's where I'm starting this process from. And as a coach, listen, I'm hiring these coaches. I'm taking the Saban mindset to it, where I'm hiring these coaches to do their job. I'm not going to be a hover guy and no, we shouldn't do that at all times. Am I going to have my opinion and be the ultimate decision maker? Yeah, but I want these guys to relax and coach the way they want to coach and put our team in position to be successful. And then it's my job to manage the guys, get the best out of the guys at all times, get them to believe in themselves, believe in our team, and put the egos at the door. And that's what I look forward to.
AJ, just as a follow up to that, just how you build, right? Like you've been such a key part of winning organizations at every level. I mean, high school, college, pro. What's the expectation from you personally, professionally, individually as you get started here? I mean, is it championship on day one? Is it just having a championship mentality so that you build towards that? Or how do you have the patience to take it day by day and ultimately sustain what you are building?
Yeah, I think it's a championship mentality, but more than that, it's a championship work ethic behind it. All right. A lot of people in this business are result oriented where all they think about is the championship. I mean, that can be from players to coaches to the fan base. We have to focus on the day in and day out process it takes to get to that level that we want. If we focus on the process and work each and every day and get 1% better, then guess what? The ultimate goal will be there and we'll have a chance to win a championship. But we got to have guys buy into the daily process, understand what it takes to win, understand what it takes to be successful, and then everything else that we want will come from that.
AJ, you mentioned him earlier, and a lot of people, including us right now, are going to ask you about him as you take this next step. But you played for Nick Saban, and I
Yep.
won't even say arguably the best college football coach of all time. He is. You guys,
Yep.
you guys appeared to have a really special relationship. I know that you can't put everything that you learned from him into one answer, but how do you think playing for him, having that type of relationship with him while playing, and since then, like, how do you think that it has at least influenced you and maybe your interest in coaching?
Oh, a ton. Heck, I actually was just on the way home and called coach. And we'll spend more time talking as this process goes on. But I mean, his our relationship, his mentorship means a lot to me. And I think one thing he really taught me that stuck with me, my freshman year and throughout my career is to get guys to buy into you. And this goes for a quarterback, leader on the team, or the leader of the team as the head coach position is to be a great leader. First, you have to be a great servant of others. All right. You got to understand that people are looking to be served and help them in any way possible. And once they realize that you're there for their benefit and you're willing to do whatever it takes to help them be successful, then guess what? They view you as a great leader. And that's my biggest thing is going into this process, showing the guys, hey, I'll make calls. I'll do whatever I have to do. My coaching staff is going to have a ton of connections. They're going to be a really good coaching staff and guys with a ton of experience. And that's the biggest thing is helping these guys realize that their dreams are achievable, but you got to understand the work it takes to get to those dreams.
Wait, so you just talked to him. Tell us everything. What was his reaction to the news?
Well, I sent him a text and left him a voicemail. He said he'll call me back. I'm sure he's busy with pre-meetings right now, but I'm the fact that I'm going out to Norman. I'm sure I'll see him in person and get to spend some time with him and talk to him for a little bit, and then I'll have to come back and give you an update after that.
I was going to say, probably not as busy as you are at the moment. AJ, was coaching something that you thought about while you were at Alabama? Like, I'm sure in the moment it was about winning games, getting better, getting to the NFL, being the best player that you can be. But at what point did it enter your mind that you might want to coach before your playing career had ended?
Yeah, I mean, it's always been that way. Listen, at the quarterback position, you're another coach on the field, right? I mean, you have to understand clock management. You have to understand coverages and blitz packages, and you got to understand the other 10 guys on the offensive side of the ball, what their job is. because they might forget and you got to redirect them. So you're a coach on the field, and Coach Saban trusted in me to do it at the highest level, and I've always wanted to coach. I've always loved leading groups, whether it's my kids' teams or guys in high school and training those guys, or guys at the college level. I still talk to a ton of Alabama players on the phone and help them in any way possible. But I've definitely always had a passion for coaching.
Well, and on that note, and just a couple more for you here, AJ. I know that you've thought a lot about this decision, and you've got the Birmingham Stallions in front of you right now, and it's a tall task. But I wonder if coaching in college was ever something you ever thought about pursuing at any point. And obviously, now in the age of NIL and transfer portal, how it's evolved so much, even since you were in Tuscaloosa, what kind of opportunity do you see at the college level for young coaches like you, given how the game has evolved?
Oh, I mean, there's a ton, but I think especially with NIL and how messed up the schedule is, there's always openings. We've seen that this year with Lane. I mean, that's something that's never happened before. A coach that has a team in the playoffs leaving in the middle of before the playoff run even starts, and leaving to going to take another job. So, listen, this league is all about opportunity. Okay, and I think with Rapoli and him as the new owner, and Russ Brandon, Doug Whaley, Dykeman, all the guys that are in charge, they understand that. They want to see guys be successful. They want to see young coaches and give them that opportunity and watch them go to the next level. For me, I don't know if right now, I haven't really thought about coaching at the college level. That's a grind. My hat's off to all those guys that choose to do that. I think if anything, you never know. You never want to say never. But I think I would be a better fit in the end for the pro level, where it's not so much chaos and I'm not having to recruit. You get to spend more time with your family. I want to be around my kids. Time flies by. I mean, my middle son just turned 7 today. So it's kind of crazy. All this is getting announced and his birthday. But my boys are 10, 7, and 4. And I love being around them, being able to coach them and teach them the correct way to do things. So I don't know. We'll see what the future holds, but right now I'm focused on this opportunity. I love the fact that I get to lead the city of Birmingham, help try to bring back another championship to this great city, and I'm excited for the opportunity and the challenge ahead.
Big day in the McCarron household. Happy birthday to him.
Yeah.
AJ, real quick, I mean, the playoff is starting on Friday, the opening round. You said you're going to go to the game. You've played Oklahoma before, but you've played in so many monster games like this. Curious from the quarterback's perspective, even the coach's perspective, what do you tell Ty Simpson about this moment? I mean, he's got another shot at Oklahoma, but it's obviously much bigger than that, and I'm sure it feels that way. But how do you keep someone grounded when the stakes are this high?
Yeah, I think a big benefit for him is playing on the road, actually, because you're going into a hostile environment. The expectations for you to win there are already lower than what it would be at home. The biggest thing for him is finding a way to get him in a rhythm early. I'd like to see them establish a quick game from the passing game standpoint. It's almost I look at the quarterback position like a Steph Curry or a Ray Allen, a guy that shoots threes a lot of times in the NBA, to where you're in a slump. All of a sudden, you might need a back cut or drive the lane, get fouled, go to the free throw line, see the ball go through the basket, right, to get that confidence back. So quarterback position's the same way. I got to get some easy completions, see guys catch it, let them be athletes and turn it into a bigger play. And then my confidence starts to build and I'm comfortable, right? And I'm not getting rushed and everything's not a long developing play. But for him is go out and play your game. Take care of the football. Don't be scared. Let it rip. But take care of the football, because the turnover battle was the difference in the first game. I think the team that creates the most explosive plays in this game is the team that wins, because you got two offenses that have been in a slump, a little bit of a struggle lately for the past month and a half or 2 months. And so I think those two keys are the main factors in this game.
I love the basketball analogy, AJ. I play in an old man noon ball league, and shoot or shoot. Like
Yep.
when we miss a whole bunch of shots, it's not that we need to see one go in; we need to see one almost go in. AJ, three quick ones, three fun ones, real fast before you go.
Yep.
The fans want to know this stuff. Alabama centric. What was the best play you were a part of when you were at Alabama? Your favorite play?
Who? I got so many. Touchdown pass to Coop to take the lead in the SEC championship. The screen pass to TJ with a minute left at LSU. And then a completion to my brother. My last time in Bryant-Denny, senior day, I got to have a 8-yard completion to him. And still to this day, I hear my mom still screaming in the stands.
Incredible. Awesome answer. Second, you're about to be a coach. You're about to do a lot of this, but I'm just curious. Be vulnerable here for a second, AJ. What's the worst Nick Saban ever chewed you out while you were in Tuscaloosa?
I don't know if it was. I mean, everybody knows the clip of him, Mississippi State. He was mad I didn't throw the over route to Brad Smelly, who was open. At the same time, the next day in our meeting, we're sitting there talking like we always did every Sunday, just me and him watching film, and we go over that. And I said, "Hey, if you don't want me to throw the post when Julio's 1-on-1, don't put Julio Jones in the game with me, and I won't throw it." And it's simple as that. So probably that scenario right there.
Love to be a fly on the wall for that one. Last one, similar to the first one. Best game that you were a part of, AJ?
I don't know. I probably the 2011 championship against LSU. I mean, you had all odds against us. LSU had won the game of the century, so-called game of the century earlier in the year, 9-6. You're going down to New Orleans to play against LSU in a basically a home game for them. The crowd was probably 70-30, LSU to Alabama. So I think to go in that game, knowing that the game plan was a lot on me, that Coach McElwain and Coach Saban said, "Hey, we're going to throw the ball early and often." I think that is probably my most exciting game I've ever had.
Shout out Kevin Norwood, right? One of the most players ever. Love that guy. Hey, he's one of the greatest to ever do it at Alabama. Now he's the head coach of the Birmingham Stallions. AJ McCarron, we appreciate your time, man. Best of luck to you. Hope that you and yours have a Merry Christmas.
You as well, Ben. I appreciate you having me on, dude.